EU court declares Romania is violating human rights by denying same-sex marriage. On May 23rd, the European Court of Human Rights said that Romania has failed to enforce the rights of same-sex couples by refusing to recognize their relationships. As a result, Romania's government is in breach of Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights, the right to respect for private and family life. The judgment was issued after 21 couples, all Romanian nationals born between 1967 and 1996, lodged complaints with the ECHR between 2019 and 2020. In their applications, the couples complained that there was no way they could legally safeguard their relationships in Romania due to the lack of recognition. Each of the couples had given notice to their local registry offices expressing their intention to marry, but their requests were rejected under an article that defines marriage as being between a man and a woman. A majority of 7 judges ultimately ruled that Romania is in breach of Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights. The court found that the couples at the center of the case had been unable to access many of the social and civil rights granted to heterosexual couples due to the lack of legal recognition. And I actually had to do a little research because that weird CD shuffle brain I seem to have in my old age. You know, it wasn't all that long ago that Romania was communist. Mm-hmm. They got rid of Ceausescu in December of 1989, which is only 34 years ago, when I was half my age. And what I remember, and I could be wrong, and I frequently am, even under communism, Romania was very Roman Catholic. Mm. And so I'm not kind of surprised to hear this kind of attitude in a country with such recent history, but it also points to the fact that we need the courts on our side. And I'm glad that this ruling has come down.
Yeah, this actually gives me hope because I was involved with Miami Beach Pride for many years, and it's global, right? Because it's Miami Beach. Everybody on the planet would watch the parade. And many people from Romania have become my Facebook friends. Oh, wow. And they write because they would wait all year for Pride. And about a month before, they start writing me going, we cannot wait. Please put up as many videos as you can. It's the only chance we have. Wow. Like we see that and we go, maybe one day we'll be free enough that we can just dance out in public, like with our friends or whatever. So to see couples standing up and fighting back and saying, we're going to go to court, like we're going to be public, we're going to be, or, you know, we had to do it here in America, but people are taking that step in Romania. It's dangerous over there. They're scared out of their minds to be found out. And for 21 couples to stand up, to me, is huge. I'm like, wow, thank you, 21 people, whoever you are, for being that brave, you know?
Well, I just worry because of their proximity to Hungary that Hungarian hatred will spread like drug-resistant gonorrhea. I mean, it is just, it's a bad place. Hungary is a very bad place.
It's dangerous.
In reality, it seems like all of those old what was it? The old Warsaw Pact countries, you know, all of Eastern Europe that was under Russia seems to be dealing with this.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. They have to start to come into the future, and they're using like a world's court for it, right? And
the transition to democracy can be difficult, right? Like, I mean, it is, right? Like, how do you, whether it's from a leftist regime or a right-wing regime.
We're still doing it.
We're still doing it.
We're still doing it.
Right. But the Catholic stuff could be really interesting, because look at a deeply Catholic country like Spain that was also transitioning from a fascist state to and that wasn't that long ago either. Right. And then they kind of helped lead the way for
they certainly did,
So I mean, it could be. I'm happy for the EU to kind of be able to be in some ways kind of a watchdog. And I always worry about watchdogs in these kind of political spheres because it could lead to all sorts of colonial and imperial things. But it is, a space where people can lodge their complaints and be heard and safely and have those protections. The case of Hungary is a great example of that.
Absolutely.
We need to see more of it.
Yeah, for sure.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show from Happening Out Television Network. In the model of PBS and NPR, we educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of the LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the stories going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.